Bydgoszcz tonight. 2 heats to go. Polska, Polska, all around this stadium being chanted. Killerman, Doyle, Woffington, Protasevich. Poland 36, Denmark 35. 2 heats to go. Hans Andersen and Anders Secker watching on here. Penultimate race of the night.
Penultimate race. Might be interesting here with Peter Kilderman on the inside. It might be advantage Poland with Protasevich coming from the outside. Outside has been really quite productive. Gives you 2 opportunities. Marek Šišlik there having a chat with Amado Castagna. Of course, the Italian was a terrific rider in his own right and very much a part of the FIM setup these days. But here we go. Crunch time. Which way is it going to go?
Here we go. Heat number 19. It's high pressure. That's a great start from Doyle, and Killerman has missed it completely. Now he's going to try the inside switch. Is there any room here? Protasevich has gone down! Protasevich has gone down! The Polish fans cannot believe it. The red lights are now on! And Protasevich there for Poland has gone down dramatically. Coming around turn 2 here in Bydgoszcz. Referee Jim Lawrence will have a look at it.
I fear for him. I think he's going to go here. He ran for the big wide line and just ran out of room. He hit the bottom of the kickboard and it just fired him off the bike. Doyle there had every right to go there. He's gone for the big blast around the outside and he runs into the bottom of the fence.
Got to go.
He's got to go. He will be excluded. He's going to give the opportunity now for Peter Kilderman and the Danish team.
Yeah, he's disqualified him.
Whoa.
White light is on.
Poles can't believe it. They're desperately disappointed. Polish people looking at the referee, they can't believe it, but unfortunately for Protasevich, he just went for a little bit too much and got a load of grip and then fired himself off the bike.
I don't quite understand what the disagreement is there. It's a clear-cut decision.
Well, the Poles are so passionate about it, they will just disagree with anything.
Well, I'm
that is
saying it
negative.
with the protection of our commentary box, by the way.
Okay, yes,
I'm really great here.
We'll see it again. Doyle, who's been inspired this evening, makes a sensational start from gate 2, runs the bike across that first corner, and Protasevich is committed. But he just runs too wide, and he just runs out of track, clips the air fence, and he just literally slips off the bike, and that could be their World Cup done there. Could very well be, because if Kilderman now can get himself a couple of points at least, it's not all over, because he's still going to have to deal with Doyle and the world champion, but it is a terrific opportunity for the Danish team.
Well, it's very tense here now, but there were some sarcastic gestures being made towards the referee's box by some unhappy Polish people here, which you can understand. They're passionate about their nation, but don't really see there's anything to argue about.
Understandable. They desperately want to see their team win, and they would consider that Doyle pushed him wide and he just ran out of room. But unfortunately for Kapi Protasevich, he may have just made that mistake at the crucial moment, because Peter Kilderman, who's done a pretty good job tonight, he's been involved in some pretty high speed action, hasn't managed to win a race this evening, and he's still got the small task of dealing with the world champion and Jason Doyle, who has won plenty of races. Doyle has won 3 and Kilderman's had 3 second places and a last place, so it's not all over for the Poles, but you know, without a Polish rider in the race, it's still an opportunity for them to do something. Protasevich there, of course, disappointed to be excluded, but I think in his heart of hearts he knows that he just took a chance there and just ran out of room. He'll probably feel that hasn't got too much to complain about. Passionate nation, disappointment on the faces of those people that have paid to come in this evening, and yeah, you can understand that, but the Danish team have done a terrific job to get themselves back into the thick of the action, and with 2 races to go, even without a pole in this race, it's still all to race for.
There is also the possibility, Kelvin, that if Denmark and Poland tie after 20 heats, we could have a run-off for the World Cup.
Yeah, and that would be extra dramatic, wouldn't it? That would be extra special with a heat 21.
Just thought I'd throw that one in, just to add a little bit of intrigue.
A little bit of extra spice. Certainly, it's perfectly possible. You know, we could see Woffington and Doyle beating Kilderman here, and all of a sudden it would be just level pegging with heat 20 to come, and a shootout between Iversen and Kolodze, although I would fancy Iversen in heat 20 over Kolodze. Got to say that could well prove to be very nice for Denmark in Heat 20. So yeah, plenty of permutations to go. But the Poles will be hoping that Woffinden and Doyle can do them a right favour and keep Peter Kilderman back in third place.
Yeah, absolutely, and that is a distinct possibility, which would mean that it would be 36 points each going into Heat 20 to decide the World Cup.
Everson coming out of Gate 2 in Heat 20 with Kolodze off Gate 1. Well, I've got to say that would favour, I would say that on paper, Everson would be the favourite to clinch the world title. By golly, that would be quite a finish for what has been a fantastic Speedway World Cup once again.
Couldn't script it, could you?
You
really?
Can't script it. After the first 4 races, I think you wrote something at the top of your programme about it being all over.
No, are you making that up?
Did you spell it right? I think you've tried to scribble it out. Yeah,
Tipex.
It's still there though.
No, you're making that up.
All over after 4. Well, and the Danes
just put me out to dry.
Yeah, well, the Danes have proved us all wrong because they started emphatically well, and it did look like it was going to be all over. It was a walk in the park. But by golly, there's been some twists and turns since then.
Never writing anything on my programme ever again, but I'm going to show you anyway. Killerman off the inside, Jason Doyle goes off Gate 2 in blue, Ty Woffinden Gate 3 in yellow, no rider off the outside, Piotr Protasevich disqualified. So it's all about now how many points Peter Killerman in the red helmet colour can pick up here for Team Denmark. He's got the world champion up against him, and Woffinden made a good start in the original staging. So did Doyle, of course, who went wide, and that was the move from Doyle where Protasevich couldn't find any room around the outside. It's huge drama. It's all about this man now. Peter Killerman for Denmark. The Danes can only watch on anxiously here. This is Heat 19, penultimate race of the night. As long as he completes the race, he's guaranteed a point, which would mean we're level going into the last heat. But can Killerman do better than that and give Denmark a cushion? Doyle's made a beauty. Jason Doyle has made the start wonderfully well. Woffinden now has gone high and wide in the dirt. Killerman trying desperately, but Woffinden holds second place, and Woffinden is now going to hunt down Jason Doyle. But Doyle is having the night of his career here, riding wonderfully, wonderfully well. Doyle Killerman really going wheel to wheel with the world champion.
Was he ever? That could have ended in tears there. Killerman was pushing really hard, rubbing up against the world champion as they completed the first lap. Doyle again, I agree entirely. Woffinden's gone very wide. Can Kilderman bounce? No, he can't quite. Woffinden just recovers in the nick of time. Out in front, Doyle, terrific once again. Kilderman back in third place. Great Britain and Australia doing the Poles a right favour here. It's just over a lap to go. Can Peter Kilderman find any way to get into second place? Otherwise it's going to be all square going into Heat 20.
We will not have a run-off for the World Cup title as it stands like this, because it's going to be a straight shootout in Heat 20 between Niels Christian Everson and Janis Kolodze. The Poles are celebrating the fact that Doyle and Woffinden have beaten Peter Killerman there. As you say, they have done the Poles a right favour.
A right favour indeed, and the Poles are on their feet cheering Australia and Great Britain to keep Peter Kilderman back in third place. Still sense that with Everson up against Kolodze in Heat 20, it favours the Danes because Everson is a proven performer at this level, and I just think he's going to have the edge. But wow, what a grandstand finish, and what a night of Speedway it has been for Jason Doyle. Outstanding for Australia.
4 wins for Jason Doyle. Absolutely brilliant. 13 points. Look at this going into the last heat. Poland, Denmark, Australia, Great Britain. And we can have a run-off, by the way, for a rostrum place as well for second and third. So, here we go. See it again, Heat 19.
Yeah, Kilderman parks right up against the white line there, and the material must have been loose because the bike just spun up and he didn't get a run to the first corner. Doyle did, and that's where he stayed. As they complete the first lap here, watch Peter Kilderman here. Coming out of this corner, they come awfully close, and Kilderman's all over the inside of there. Look, bumping into the side. That could have ended in tears at the end of the first lap. Kilderman desperate to try and get himself into second spot. But the world champion Woffinden remains strong. Look at that. That really was quite dramatic. And when you consider how fast they're going, see it again. Yeah, rubbing there the shoulder. Right arm a little bit out of shape.
Desperate move from Kilderman.
Yeah, desperate to get into second place. Doyle rightly punches the air. He's done himself a lot of good tonight.